Hey Glow Babes! Welcome to Glow Radio.
My name is Jacqueline.
And my name is Clara.
We are two boss babes from Vancouver, and we'd love for you to join us on our journey as we build our empire and live our best lives.
Stay tuned for real girl talk and sassy good vibes. And don't forget to subscribe and tag us on Instagram at Glow Radio Co. Stay sassy, babes! Like, that song is on, like, repeat. I'm like, thank you. I'm so fucking grateful. I have to make it, like, sound so much worse.
Hello. No.
Hello. Welcome to another episode, fellow listeners.
Glow Babes.
Glow Babes. Today we wanted to kind of go for something that's a little more serious.
Yes.
You know, we do have our fun episodes, but I also feel like the topics that are important that we touch on, you know, and like we as a team, we want to help you guys grow. We want to help you guys through your troubles.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought this episode was actually going to be really interesting because it like literally just happened to me, and I went through such a big monumental like change in my life. Like I was just like, I'm an adult now. Like I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And so our podcast episode today is going to be shifting our mentality, making, you know, major changes in your life, like making huge decisions. Yes. And sending positive juju vibes
into the universe.
So
okay.
Oh, my cat's just eating Mo!
Your cat's eating your other cat's food.
She's a me. I can't believe. Last time she jumped on the table.
Yeah, that was
psycho.
She's like
eating her sister's food.
Oh
like she's the worst.
Yeah. Okay.
So I wanted to start off by telling you my story.
Yes.
And kind of how that plays into what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So I was unhappy at my job, my current job. And so I decided to job hunt and, you know, look for other opportunities. Yeah. And I did get a great opportunity at like a prestigious place. Yes. And, you know, they gave me a pretty fair like wage and there's benefits and whatever. Yeah. And I honestly felt kind of stuck at work. Like I didn't feel like they would actually listen to me. Yeah. Like if I went to them with my problems, I didn't feel like they would have been like, oh yes, please tell me. Because I guess like when you see your managers and they're always like so busy and you see your boss, he's never around. Yeah. You know, it's discouraging. Yeah, totally. And I was just kind of like, well, you know, why... They wouldn't care if I quit. Yeah. Whatever, you know. Yeah. So I actually ended up talking to them, and they offered me kind of like what I wanted. Yeah, like a counter offer. I told them, okay, this is what they're offering me. Yeah. This is what I get to do. You know, I'm like, you know what? I actually don't really like this job. Like, my roles right now, I don't really like it. So, it really shocked me because they actually were willing to listen to me. And I was very, I guess, I wasn't expecting it. Yeah, like, it really, like, was like, whoa. Yeah. Like, these people are willing to listen to me. I spoke without a filter. Yeah, and you asked for what you wanted, which was key. I spoke without a filter and asked for what I wanted. Yeah, like, I was just like, when you did blah, 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 I didn't like that. Yeah, like, I straight up called them out. Yeah. And the fact that they listened and they were like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize. I'm sorry. Like, and that made me feel really good because I was just like, you know what? Like, I want to work for people that listen. Yeah, it was just a misunderstanding. Yeah. And I told them, you know, my path in life, what I love to do, and, like, how can I make that work? Yeah. And they're willing to work with me. Uh-huh. And so it was a big kind of juggle that I had to do now because I could work for a really prestigious place. Yeah. You know I'm going to get great pay, benefits. Yeah. It's like a more of a corporate setting. And then versus this place where it's like, it's a smaller company. Yeah. It's not 100%, like you know, it's still growing. You don't really know what direction it's going to take. Yeah. And it was just a really big decision I had to make.
Totally. And it's also closer to home, too.
Yeah. So my decision process really was, it sounds so cheesy and stupid.
I don't think so.
But I sat down and I made a pros and cons list.
That's really useful, actually.
I wrote down on one side, insert business name number 1.
Yes.
And I wasn't really like pro and con. Like, I just wrote down everything that I thought was good.
Yeah.
And then I wrote down everything that could be negative. Mm-hmm. And then same for the other side.
Yeah.
And then I wrote down my goal. I'm going to get the book. Because I want to be able to look at it and kind of
refer to the example.
I want to refer to the example.
Yes.
And, listeners, like, if you... Glow babes. Listeners. Okay, glow babes. So if you're in kind of like a pickle like that, not necessarily about work. It could be anything. Like, what car should I get?
Yeah.
Or which man should I love? Which woman should I love?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Problems.
Like, tackling, like, should I marry this bitch? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, right?
Yeah.
So, I thought I had my page. Okay, so what I did was on the side, maybe, I guess I'll kind of show our YouTube, so here's my column 1, column 2, and then I also wrote, like, goals.
Okay.
So, what are my top kind of goals?
Yeah.
So, I wrote down, for career-wise, I wrote down my goal, job satisfaction. Mm-hmm. I need to have job satisfaction. Yeah. Sanity, like what is going to keep me sane at the end of the day. Yeah. And then another is what's going to benefit my future business. Yes. Because both has this really good, like, pros about each place. Because at the prestigious place, I could be meeting, like, rich people or, people of, like, status. Yeah. And I can't say the same for the other one because I simply don't know. Like, I don't know what kind of people is in the industry that I'm in right now and versus a more prestigious place. It's obviously a more luxury, high-end. Yeah. Like, so then you can kind of get the idea of, like, the people that I get to meet. Yeah, totally. And so, Jason... Yes. My lover. Lover. Trying to make this serious, but not.
Your little pumpkin.
My lover. He's my lover. Okay, so he told me to kind of assign a symbol.
Ooh, I like that.
And he did the symbols. I was like, there's a star, a check mark, and a circle. And okay. I'm like, the fuck? Like, cool. But you know what? I'm all for that. It works. It's very, like, what's that thing that you keep telling me to use?
Bullet journal.
It's very, like, bullet journal.
God, yeah. Okay.
So, beside each column, he's like, okay, well, job satisfaction is a star. So, how is that? How can you, is it applicable to this? Mm-hmm. So, I just wrote down, like, okay, this is applicable to job satisfaction. I like it. Yeah. Whatever. And at the end, we counted the symbols. Okay. So, I had for my job now, I had, a star for, like, okay, in stars, which is job satisfaction. Yeah. I got how many stars. Okay. And the other side, okay, how many stars did I get for this side? Yeah, okay. And, we tallied it up, and some things didn't really apply. Yeah. Like, you can't really apply, like, job satisfaction to, like, stability. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, that doesn't really...
It's not the same category.
Yeah, so we tried the best we could and just kind of, like, give a general idea of, like, how many points kind of went to each side. And, and, it was just, that was how I kind of...
Came to the conclusion.
And that wasn't the defining factor. Yeah. Like, it helped, but at the end of the day, what does my heart say? What does my gut say? Yeah. And which is really important because everything could be pointing to one thing. Yeah. But if your heart isn't there, it's like, what's the point? Yeah, like, you're just going to be miserable, right?
Yeah, so that's very true.
So that was kind of like how I had to make this really tough decision. And I guess I, like, changed my mindset on it, where it was just, rather than like, oh, what's gonna pay me more, or like, oh, how far do I have to drive? Like, what's more convenient? Like, just take it away.
Yeah. Think of like the deeper things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's like really
important.
It's very important, and it's just like, how do we change our mindset?
Yeah.
Know? So I think that's just like...
Yeah, so for glow babes out there, I think you guys should really try like this pros and cons list. I feel like it's
I
helpful.
always tell people to do it, and they're like, that's stupid. But I'm like, you know what? Like, when you put it in a visual, it really like shows you.
Yeah, you can see it like in front of you.
How would you say you kind of like make a tough decision? Like, do you go to a list, or like you talk about it? Or?
Well, I wouldn't say I really do the list. I feel like I talk about it more. But like, this is something that I'm learning too, or like I'm working on, because I'm the type of person, I'm a little bit too independent sometimes. So if I make up my mind about something, I will literally just do it. Like, sometimes I won't even talk to anyone about it. I think it's probably because I'm like an only child.
So you like to internalize.
Yeah, so I internally process everything, and then if I come to the conclusion, I'm like, oh, like I'm going to do that, then I just do it.
Okay.
But then I feel like nowadays, like I should consult more people, you know, like I'm learning to like ask like my close friends, like,
but because it impacts other people, or just because it might lead you to a better decision making?
Yeah, just to hear like their perspective, because like I can only see my perspective, right? But then what if like, you know, someone else sees something that could be hindering me or whatever, then it's good to get their input. Especially like I need to talk to like Jacq more often about like certain things. Because sometimes I feel like I'll make a decision, and then he's like, you should have just talked to me about that earlier. But I didn't. So, but like,
but still, it's like, fuck what other people think.
Yeah, no, totally.
It's still what you
totally.
Want, but it's just like some things that you might not have seen.
Yeah, totally.
I had an advisory panel.
Yeah.
Jacqueline was one of them.
Hello.
Jacqueline was one of them. My BFF sister, best friend, lover. Nikki was one of them, and Jason was one of them. Like, you guys are my rock. Like, without you guys to kind of offer me, Jason was kind of more like the business mindset of it. Nikki was like the, you know, like, this is her domain, so she could really offer me some insight, and you were like the what's best for our business, kind of. So that really like propelled me, and I'm so grateful.
Totally.
And, like, y'all need to have friends. Like,
you need to. So I definitely think you should consult people. Yeah.
Just don't ask me anything. I refuse to help. No, I definitely agree with you.
Yeah,
like, it's so important.
Totally. Especially if it's something that's like really big and you're like thinking about it for days. Like, you should talk to someone about it.
Yeah, like if you're losing sleep over it, like, just have a discussion.
Yeah, it's necessary.
You know, you might not see eye to eye.
Yeah.
But it's at the end of the day, someone's gonna have to tell you the good, bad, and the ugly. Let's say, right? Like,
totally. Well, and at the end of the day, it is your life, so you can decide from whatever. And I feel like you really need to use your discernment on that, because sometimes people could tell you that you shouldn't do something, like almost everyone, but then you feel like that is the right thing to do, then
like
go
if you
for
feel
it,
strongly
right?
about
it. Then
like,
you should go for it.
I want to be a superstar, okay?
Then do it.
I'm going to win my Emmy. And you know what was funny? After I listened to everyone's suggestions and advice, I was like, when I win my Emmy, I'll make sure I name you guys.
Thank you.
And they're like,
for the shout
Emmy? Like, what? Like, sorry? And I was like, whatever, I will. I'm going to win that Emmy.
That shout out. But how do you think you do this mindset? Like, what do you do to create a mindset for success?
I really have to turn negatives into positives. In order to be successful, you can quote me on this one.
Quoted by Clara.
It? Like, you need self-esteem.
Oh!
We're like
Wait,
hardcore.
Yeah. We were having a conversation, and then we're talking about like why like other people fail at like businesses or goals or whatever.
I need to find that quote.
And you're like, dead. I think he said something like that's why other people fail, but then we're hardcore bitches. I was like, yes, we're so hardcore. No, it was like,
Oh, okay, I found it. So she like made a Instagram post. So if you guys want to be a part of that,
it was worthy.
Check out _ Jacqueline's son.
Jacqueline.
Okay, this is what I said. Like, that's why so many people fail, but we are like hardcore bitches.
I feel like I heard you when you said that too. I was like, yeah,
like in that voice.
Yeah.
But we're like hardcore bitches. And then after I said, in order to succeed, you must first believe in yourself. And that's kind of like how I channel myself into the mindset of success.
Totally.
Because, I'm like, okay, well, there are negative things in life.
Yeah.
And it sucks. Nobody likes it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm poor. Nobody. I'm this. I'm that. Blah, blah, blah. But it's like, so you just remove that and go, okay, well, for me, I think I turn things into achievement-oriented goals then. So then instead of like, oh, I'm so poor, I can't do this. Then I switch it and I go, okay, well, how am I going to reach this goal? How am I going to succeed?
Mm-hmm.
All the hardship that I'm going through right now.
It's not forever. Like, it's not permanent.
It's not forever, and it's how is it gonna shape me?
Yeah.
Because then now that I've lived through it, I'm gonna be like, this ain't shit.
Yeah.
I've lived through it.
Yeah. It makes you stronger.
You're so strong.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess that's how I would channel my mindset.
Okay. That's fair, yeah.
Oh, well, then this is just a great experience.
Yeah.
Having to learn how to budget properly and stuff that I've never thought about before.
Yeah.
And having to put myself through it. Mm-hmm. Even though some people might get guidance from their parents or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm not lucky enough to have that, then...
But you can still make it work.
Yeah, and not just beat myself up over one mishap.
Yeah.
Just be like, oh, well, I screwed up, so next time I won't do it.
Totally.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think for me, there's like a few things. So what I think about is that sometimes my goal doesn't change, but then the method can change. So, like, let's say I'm not reaching success in a certain area or I'm not reaching a goal, then I see how I need to adjust or, like, change my direction in order to get there. Because the goal can stay the same, like, whatever it could be, like, I'm still going to start a business. Yeah. But it's like, maybe I try a bunch of business ideas, I don't like them or they're not for me. Mm-hmm. That's okay. Then I switch to something else. Yeah. So it's never, like, I feel like I don't dwell on mistakes. I feel like I'm someone that's really okay with making mistakes, and then I'll just fix it later. I think that's why I kind of make decisions so quickly, because then if I decide to do something, I just kind of do it, and then if it sucks, I'm like, okay, next time I won't do it like that.
But what if it was, like, a huge decision? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the difference.
Yeah, totally.
Possibly losing your dream job versus...
of course. I feel like in that situation, it's, like, a little bit different, Like, I would say I am a risk taker, but still, like, not, like, a super psycho crazy risk taker,
Yeah, like I'm going to be making $0.
Yeah,
I'm going to eat out of, like, trash cans or something.
Yeah, totally. So, I would say I keep that in mind.
I think that's why we work well together, because I'm the same way. Like, I'm willing to take risks that some people are like, what? You're going to do what?
Yeah,
like, I've switched careers many times.
Totally.
Where people are like, oh my God, you have to start all over. I'm like, but it's like the journey for me.
Yeah,
like,
it's fun. Totally fine, yeah. And I think, like, everything happens for a reason, so even if something, like, goes wrong and, like, becomes really shitty, I'm just like, oh, it's just, like, a learning experience.
Oh, like, it's like one of that thing where, like, a door shuts, but there's, like, so many other doors.
Yeah, totally. So and then, like, I feel like I'm really okay with rejection, too. Like, even if I, like, really want something, like, in the past, there's been certain jobs that I've really, really wanted, and I've gotten quite far in the process towards getting it, but at the end, it was a no, and I'm like, okay, like, it sucks in that moment, but it just means there's something better out there for me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, there's probably something better, I just don't know it yet, but it's coming my way.
I totally agree with you. And, like, so I guess you would say you're pretty comfortable with change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think definitely, like I feel like I've gone through many changes in my life. Like, I have switched sort of careers. Like, I've always been in marketing, and then like I kind of decided to become a personal trainer 5 years ago, and I was not into health and fitness at all, like, you know, years before that. And I was like, I'm gonna do this, and then I like studied for the test in like a month, and then I just like did it.
You're like YOLO.
Yeah, I'm like YOLO, so I did that. I was also vegan before for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And I really believed in that at that time. And then, you know, things changed. My body kind of changed. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to eating meat.
Yeah.
And then, like, that was fine with me. But, like, other people, I feel like other people don't like it when there's change. Sometimes, a certain type of people.
I know what you mean.
So it's like when they see you change, they're like, oh my God, like, what's happening?
What are you doing?
They're like shooketh. Yeah. So I feel like that's when you need to kind of
shooketh.
Yeah, they're shooketh. Like when I wasn't vegan anymore, like vegans were like shook.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, it's like my life, it's my body. Like, how is this affecting you? I feel like they think like, I don't know, they're losing.
Like,
someone.
how dare you kill all the animals or something? It's like, I'm not going on a rampage.
Yeah,
like, I'm not suddenly hitting up every farm, like,
totally.
getting animals, like, slitting their throats. Like, calm down. Like,
calm your tits.
Like, I'm back to eating meat doesn't mean, like, every plate of food is, like, just meat. Like, extremists.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess I'm pretty... But how about you? Like, are you pretty comfortable with change?
I almost feel like I look for change.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was raised to just accept change. Because my childhood, it was really stable for a while, and then once I hit my teenage years, I moved a lot, you know.
Yeah.
I was always like... It was like... living with my parents, and then I live with my grandparents, and then I get kicked out, like I go live with my brother, all while like I'm switching schools, I'm making new friends, like you know, I'm not the person that has the same friends that I did as 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I'm not friends with my elementary best friend, you know, and I think that kind of like, it doesn't bother me to have change. And, I didn't embrace change at first, because every time things changed for me, it was almost kind of like a negative.
Okay.
Like, I have to lose my friends. I have to find new friends. And, you know, adjust. But now I get bored.
Yeah, me too.
Change. Like, I feel like I always need to change.
Yeah,
like,
I get super antsy.
And I guess I wouldn't even call it change. Like, I guess creating a mindset of success. I would say... I'm not changing, I'm improving. Yeah,
adapting, improving, advancing.
Well, I guess that's how we would tie it in with, like, you know, how do we change our mindset? That's what I see change as.
Totally.
I don't see it as change for the negative. Yeah. Every time I change, it's for the positive.
And it's to recognize when it's needed, too, because I feel like there's been times, like, even in history, like, when something, like, when computers were first invented, people, like, hated them, and they were like, what is this going to be used for? It's going to be useless. And now it's like, we use them every day. So just because, like, something's been done a certain way for a long time, it doesn't mean that it can't be improved or adjusted.
There are negatives to what you said, of course. Like, all this technology now, it's kind of like creating a bad thing for the environment, which I am passionate about. I will shove it down your throats. Like, I feel like, well, that's the one. I wouldn't shove vegetarian down your throat, blah, 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 but I will shove environmentally friendly down your throat, because...
We're all living together.
We only have one Earth.
Yeah, we're living together on this planet together.
Fires, earthquakes, natural disasters, global warming, drought, like, once all that hits, which it's already been a lot in the past few years, but if it gets worse and worse and worse, we're not going to have anywhere to live. So I want to live past the age of 50.
Yes, I would like that too, please.
Like, if I do have children, I want them to be able to have a good life.
Yeah, to enjoy the earth.
Yeah, so that's...
a tangent. We're talking about change.
Oh, right. Okay, so then would you say that, you know, how much is too much change? Like, is it... Like, I guess... Like, my case, like, I'm always wanting to change. Do you think that is, like, unhealthy? Am I unhealthy?
No, I feel like there's a balance. Like, I would say there's certain things in my life that may change a lot, but then some things that stay consistent. Yeah. Like for me, like my goals, like my business goals and all that stuff, it's pretty consistent. Like it's on my mind literally like almost every moment of the day. Like literally, like it's like everything I do is towards that goal.
Yeah. So, like we'll message each other like, oh, I just have an idea.
Yeah, we're like out of nowhere, you know, we'll just like talk about it.
So, look at this link.
Yeah. Like I saw this video. So yeah, like I feel like that's pretty consistent, but like I said, my methods might change. So I guess an example is like because I'm really passionate about health and fitness, like food. I might be consistent for a very long period of time, but then when the time comes where I need to adjust, I'll do it like right away.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I've gone through so many phases. Like in the past, I did veganism. I experimented with keto for a little bit, but I knew that like none of that was really going to be forever because it's not sustainable for, you know, forever. But I wanted to test it out, try it, and take like bits that I could from it. So I think that's, like, you need to find your balance. Like, you can't be, like, switching jobs every day, you know? Like,
yeah,
you gotta...
I was gonna get to that. Like, is too much change, like, healthy? If it's too unhealthy or whatever. I would say unhealthy would be, like, those people who, like, every month is like, oh, my God, I need a new job.
Yeah,
like,
that's
no.
too much.
You need to learn how to be persistent. Like, if you hate your jobs...
Yeah.
Then maybe there's something wrong with you.
Yeah,
like
change your mindset.
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe you're just like, I hate everything. I hate doing work. Nobody likes doing
work. Nobody like that.
But the least you could do is find what you like.
Yeah.
And go towards it. But like, it's like, oh, I hate lifting my finger in general. Like, okay, then put yourself in a coma or something. I don't know. Like, go to prison. I don't know. Like, I guess.
Advice.
Murder someone. Go to prison. Then you'll
you'll still be working in prison.
I guess so. I'm like, I guess you could just sit in your cell. Like
marry a rich man.
Or marry... Even as a rich man, you're going to have to put in the work to maintain that relationship.
No, that is so true. And, like, I feel like there's always something you can do to change your situation. Like, you're not a tree or a rock or whatever. Like, you're allowed to move. You're allowed to change. So even, like, let's say I'm not, like, I don't love my day job right now, but, you know, I'm still going to put in the work, and then I'm going to do my side hustle when I'm not at work, you know?
Side hustle, yeah.
You know? So, like, because I feel like I cannot relate to people who are, like, after work, they just, like, watch Netflix and then do nothing with their lives.
I do that sometimes.
Well, but I feel like it's, like, a healthy amount.
But, like, people who do it every day,
I'm like,
do you not have a passion
in life? Don't you want to do something with your life? Like,
but I guess that's why people are comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's why there's comfortable people, there's people who don't progress. And, and I guess, like, that... Not changing is just as unhealthy as changing way too much.
Yeah, totally. So, like, you know, look at yourself, reflect on your changes and see.
What would you say are some, like, big changes that you've made in your life? Moving to Hong Kong. Like,
okay,
holy shit.
Well, okay, moving wise, like, backstory, I did move to Vancouver when I was like 8 years old from Calgary. Not really my decision. It was my parents' decision. So that was like a huge change for me because I was like far away from my extended family.
You were like the only Chinese person.
Yeah, I was like, what is Vancouver? And then I guess last year, me and Jacq moved to Hong Kong for like 5 months because Jacq was going to work for his family business, and then we thought that was where we were going to settle down, but then we ended up not really liking it, and then we came back to Vancouver for a vacation, and we're like, we're going to stay here, and all my stuff is still in Hong Kong, and I'm actually very sad about it. Stuff does make you happy.
Certain things.
I do wish I had my clothes. But that was a big change. I guess things I said before, like, switching to become a personal trainer, like something I never knew how to do before. Being vegan, not being vegan.
That is pretty.
Dyeing my hair.
Okay, dyeing your hair, I don't think would be a big change. I guess that's a pretty big. I don't know.
I did go lavender before, and I'm like Chinese, so my hair is black.
Making a serious thing and making it not serious.
What about you?
Some pretty major changes. Obviously, moving was one of them. I mentioned earlier. I moved around. And I feel like each time I moved, it was like a big change for me. You know, it's not just because I'm moving within Richmond, you know, but it's like a totally different school.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, you can't drive.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's not
a big
just
deal.
like,
yeah.
I'm just moving like few streets, blocks, whatever. Like, but it's like a totally different school and whatever. That was huge. Moving back to Asia and coming back was huge. Moving out and living with my brother was, I think, was huge.
Yeah, like, that's like a big deal.
That was major.
Yeah.
And all my career changes have all been major.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just
major.
like, you know, changing my like title.
Yeah.
It was like I went from car to kitchen to construction and
makeup.
and makeup.
Yeah.
And I'm still paying off my school debt. Like and taking on school debt. Like, those things are like huge for me.
Yeah.
You know, and the biggest change is probably like the moving. Like moving when I was a teenager from growing up in Vancouver to Asia was huge because it is like culture shock.
It's completely different. Yeah. That's like me going to Hong Kong like as a Canadian. It's way different.
That's why I told you. I was just like, dude, you're gonna be in the shock of your life. I'm like, you're gonna want to move back.
Yeah.
What did you learn from these changes?
Kind of similar to what I was saying. I guess like, if things like don't work out, you can always change. You can like adjust.
Yeah.
So like, let's say one change, I don't know, goes downhill and you don't like it and you're not happy, then it's totally fine to switch directions. Because I feel like it's, you know, you just got to be like agile in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think tying in with like how things tie in with like our business and stuff, like we need to be able to adapt.
Yeah. Learning how to do lash extensions is like a big change.
That is actually you know what? I just thought of a huge change in my life. My schedule. Like, ever since we established, like, we're going to do podcasts, we're going to do lashes, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and me doing demo work.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is probably the biggest change of my life, was going from someone who was, I thought, was average, dull, unmotivated, didn't want to do shit. I was that person who went home and watched Netflix every day.
Yeah.
Except back then, I don't think it was Netflix. TV. I was that person.
Yeah.
And you know what? Now that we mention it, that is the biggest change in my life.
That is a big change.
Changing my mentality.
Yeah.
And work habits and ethics. Yeah. That is the biggest change of my life.
What do you think sparked that? Like, what made you want to be motivated? Or made you motivated?
I cannot pinpoint.
But is so interesting.
I think, like, I've always had a great work ethic. But I was unmotivated in many other ways. Like, I was never confident. And I think with me doing multiple jobs and like kind of different careers and how I progressed in each job that I've had, like every job that I've had, I've moved up. Okay. It wasn't like I had a job, I sucked at it, I stayed the same. Like almost every job, not including like me when I was in high school, that doesn't count. But I moved up and I realized, like, I guess I started building that confidence. Like, oh, I don't suck. Like, I got offered to be moving here and learn this and learn that. And just working my way up to that kind of status and title and, you know. And then I think from that point, I realized I can achieve. Yeah. And it really helps having Jason. Like, he's very motivated. He's just like, I do whatever. And that kind of motivates me because then I'm like, wow, if he could do it, I could do it. Yeah. And then you like talk about Jacqueline here. Yeah. I'm like, you do whatever you want, and I see that you can do it. And I was like, well, if you can do it, I can do it. Yeah. And then and then I feel like people might see me going, oh, she can do it, I can do it, and then and then I feel like it's just like we all just kind of build up together and
influencing other people.
Yeah, like I learn things from you. I learn things from Jason. I learn like whoever else that's in my life. Like, and then I guess that's kind of how I built my way up to where I am now.
Yeah.
But you have to be susceptible to change.
Yes. And I totally agree with what you said. Like, I feel like I really like, I guess, reading articles or stories or videos about people who are successful, even if it's like a completely different industry.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, if they can achieve that, I can too. Because, like, we're all human. Everyone is just a normal human being.
Like, we all started, like, the same.
Like, every expert was once a beginner. So I just remember that, and I'm like, yeah, like, if they can do it, I can too. So it's just, like, a different timing.
Would you say there's any kind of, like, monumental moment where you're like, oh, I could do this? You know? Like,
I feel like it just kind of grew. Like, even as a child, I feel like I had a lot of goals in life. Like, I've always been, like, a really goal-oriented person. So, like, in school, I could have been,
what did you say you wanted to be again?
I wanted to be, like, an eye doctor. Which, like, never happened. Refer to our, like, old episode. No, what else did I say?
I think it was, like, our first episode or something.
Yeah, it was. And then I was like, I want to be a puppy. That's what I said in kindergarten. So, okay, maybe not, like, backtrack that far, but, like, when I had a brain that could think, yes.
I want to be a puppy, too. I just want to be loved.
I know, I just want walks and
like,
food.
Pee everywhere, whatever, man.
Cuddled. But yeah, I don't know, like in school I like had goals and like I guess grades or I don't know, certain like milestones, and then as I grew up I was like, oh, there's like other things I can achieve. And I think, I don't know, I guess like just like I've been around people who have influenced me positively, so like I see people with big goals and big dreams. I'm like, oh, like that's like really cool, I want to do that too. And I think that's kind of how it just snowballed.
Would you say you have learned any of that from, like, family, or is it just mainly, like, other people? Like,
I feel like a little bit from my family, but then more from, like, the people who are around me. Because, like, well, my parents have been, like, in the goal sense, I feel like they've been pretty supportive. Like, they won't really give me, like, many ideas, but they're kind of like, oh, like, whatever you want to do, we'll support you to a certain extent, you know? Like,
be a bum.
Yeah, sure. Like, if I want to go be a stripper, my mom's not going to be like, you go, girl.
Well, you know what? Strippers make a lot of
money. They do. I actually know some strippers. Look
at Cardi B.
Yeah, what's up? So, mother, if I want to be a stripper, you got to support me.
If I want to be a stripper, I will be a stripper, okay? No one's going to stop me.
Yeah. But
I'm not that interested.
Yeah,
so.
I can't really dance.
I can't relate.
But, yeah, so I think my parents helped a little bit, but ultimately it was kind of like surrounding myself with positive people and just like dream-oriented people.
Yeah, I think that's like really important.
Yeah.
I think just being able to see real life examples can really shape you. And I think I really want it to be like a bodybuilder and like, you know, I want it to be super successful in that sense. And I guess once I actually start working out and like kind of, oh wow, I can make this time to do something. And then I guess working out turned into like, okay, what other things can I make time in my schedule for? And I guess that's kind of like how it started.
Yeah.
For me. Like, it's not really like a defining
And I feel like with like technology,
so it wasn't like I rescued a puppy. Now I can do anything, you know.
But I feel like with technology, like the internet has so many resources. Actually, I feel like when I first got interested in fitness, it was like a big deal to me too. Like, because then I was doing Insanity with like Sean T, and he is so like motivating, that guy.
In that like 20-minute video or whatever, I did 5 minutes.
He is so intense,
and I was like, I'm like, I hate this.
I loved it.
I'm like, I would sooner die.
Well, that's why it's called Insanity, I guess.
Yeah, it's for people who are like certified
like me. Certified insane. Which is me.
I did 5 minutes and I never touched it ever again.
I actually did like the whole thing. Like, it's like 6 days a week.
Were you like on the floor like gasping? Like,
yeah, like at the beginning. That's kind of how I started my fitness journey. And then,
I've never been a cardio person. I'm just gonna be honest.
Well, I like lifting heavy too, you know, like I like it all. So yeah, I feel like because I could achieve that.
Yeah.
Like, working out makes you feel like amazing. So I think that's kind of what pushed it. And then I started, like, listening to podcasts and, like, watching, like, inspirational videos and stuff like that. And then just kind of
would you say any of these changes kind of, like, led to, I guess, accomplishments?
Well, 2 years ago, I competed in a bikini competition, and I did win the first one, so I feel like that was, like, a really big accomplishment for me.
So, because you changed to a vegan, and then you're like, ooh, I want to do...
Yeah, and, like, because I just wanted to reach, like, another level of fitness for me at that point in time. So, that was, I guess, like, a more recent achievement. But I don't know, like, really big ones in my life, I feel like, well, like, when I was in high school, I wasn't even actually working towards this achievement. At the end, like, in my last year, I won the top all-round achievement thing, which is, like...
Wow.
Yeah, which I was, like, really shocked about. Hello. So then, like, I wasn't even trying to do that last year. Like, I always kind of wanted to work towards that years previously, but, like, it was funny because, like, in the last year when I wasn't even thinking about it was when I got it. Yeah. So sometimes I feel like there's, like, a balance of, like, trying super hard, and then sometimes you just have to let life happen. Like, of course, like, put in the work, you know? Like, really hear me when I say this. Like, it's a balance. Like, you don't want to be toiling and, like, working so hard to death for something, but then you do want to be putting some work in, and then life will happen, you know, like, let life happen.
I do have, like, a kind of a little accomplishment that I was super proud of, and this is actually when I was working at Cactus, and I guess to kind of, like, boost morale, they had a little plating competition. Okay. And I've won it 2 years in a row.
Ooh, nice.
In my division kind of thing. Like, there was different plates you could win, and I've won, like, 2 years in a row, and I actually put that on my resume. I'm so proud.
Wow, that is a good achievement.
And I'm like, Rob Feeney signed my certificate. Okay?
What's up, bitches?
He's complimented me on my tuna to tacky. Like, and I was just kind of like,
that is a really big achievement.
I am proud of myself. Like, it's kind of like a small thing. Like,
well, I
actually won chef's knife.
Ooh,
yeah. Okay. And so it wasn't like company wide, but this was like our kitchen. Yeah. And I mean, our kitchen is not small. Like, it's Cactus Club.
Yeah,
like,
that's legit.
And it was like Burrard. Like, it wasn't like a tiny one, like Richmond or something. Yeah. So that was
that is legitimate.
I was like, this is an accomplishment.
Like, I'm a chef.
And I feel like every workplace that I have that I moved up in my career, to me, that was a major accomplishment. Yeah. Because I went from not believing myself to... Nowadays, if you ask me, I'd be like, I run shit.
Yeah.
I have to get my charger.
Oh, okay, BRB.
Sorry.
Do. We gotta charge the...
This is so shameful.
Charge the computer.
I forgot.
It's all good. It's all good. We just keep it real here.
You know how Apple has an accomplishment? Is I've had this laptop for like almost 10 years.
Oh my god.
It still works.
Yes.
Good job, Apple. This is a great accomplishment. Stop making iPhones that break.
Yeah.
After like 2 years.
Do it like when Steve Jobs did it.
Do your job, guys. Okay, we're charging. We're good.
Okay.
So what is the next big thing that you want to accomplish?
I think having to do with our business, like our podcast, our business. Me. Bless you.
Excuse me.
I think the next accomplishment would be the next step in that. Like,
you can tell it's winter.
It's
sneezing,
winter.
Like every 5 minutes.
Yeah. To launch our lash business, I feel like it's like the next accomplishment. And next year for our podcast, I really want to be able to do a speaking gig for both of us. So that would be an awesome accomplishment.
I think that would be really exciting.
Yeah, stay tuned, guys.
And you know what an accomplishment I'm really proud of?
What?
Like, swear to God, super proud of? I was so shy before.
Yeah.
And now I could, like, talk the ears off of them. I want to speak in front of the crowd. I want to call people. Like,
when did that happen?
Honestly, probably... maybe like I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago kind of thing.
Okay.
I had a job and it was like really like pushed me to change.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't care, call them. Like,
yeah.
You didn't really have a choice because you were just kind of like, oh my God.
I hate phone calls.
To the point where I would just like, whatever.
Yeah,
like, I don't care anymore. Like, if I sound stupid, I sound stupid. Like, it's just work. Like, who cares?
Who cares?
And then that, I guess that, like, I don't think I would have even done a podcast, much less in front of a camera.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, let's do this. Like, I don't care. Like,
I feel like in recent years, I've been more and more comfortable with that, too. Like, I've always been, like, a chatty person when I was younger. Like, all my teachers hated me.
Me, too.
But then I have been, like, not as confident. So I think, like, only in recent years.
Like, now you're like, whatever.
I'm like, whatever. I do not have an indoor voice, and I talk so much and so loud. So...
But the next big thing I want to accomplish is definitely our business.
Yes.
And I actually, on the side, I do really want to start my vlog.
Yes.
I want to...
Join the club.
I've been focusing way too much on being poor.
Oh,
and, like, I'm broke and this and that. Like, that doesn't stop people from content creating.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you make time for it, you will achieve it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I want to be able to not just focus on like, I need to make money. I want to scale back and actually start my like passion project and what it means to me, and it's so important, and like for us to start filming.
Yes. I'm very excited for that.
Vlogs coming soon.
I'm very excited. Yes, 2019.
We have a whole bunch of fun stuff in store for you.
I'm very, very excited.
Like, I'm like actually so excited.
Yeah, I'm like clutching the edge of my seat excited.
We like message each other like, I just got it.
Oh my God.
So that's like the next, I guess that's kind of like the next, being independent is like my next big thing. Like,
no, that's good. What are some of your biggest failures in life, and what did you learn from them?
I consistently fail at being fit.
I feel like you're like, it's like,
I'm getting there now.
It's getting stabilized
but
now.
I have consistently failed. Like, that is like the biggest failure. I've always been like, I want a 6-pack and this and that. It's just like, it's honestly is my biggest failure in life.
Okay.
And what did I learn from it? I learned that it's okay to fail.
Yeah, totally.
It's not a defining moment in your life where you're like, I have failed now, so I can go die.
Yeah,
like,
no. Like, don't go be so hard on yourself.
It to this day, it still is my biggest failure. I still haven't reached that goal.
But I feel like, would you say, because I feel like sometimes, like, fitness-wise in the past, I've failed because my goal is too, like, not realistic for me. Yeah. Like, it's not sustainable. And then I just, like, fail time and time again.
I definitely need to learn how to scale back in terms of a fitness goal. So that's why right now it's not even a goal for me. Yeah. It's just, like, I'm changing my lifestyle. I'm changing my habit. And whatever happens, happens. And this is probably the most progress I've gotten so far. So,
like, you are so slim right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely a lot slimmer than...
Yeah.
I think if you watch, like, our first video versus me now... Yeah. Or maybe it's just a haircut.
I think you're slimmer.
You're, like, my face framing haircut is like, I'm so skinny now. No, I definitely have lost. Yeah. And I think it's just not putting that much pressure on yourself.
Totally. I get that.
Like, I think if we were like, we need to have our business, we need to make $1 million
now, like, tomorrow.
Like, it's so much pressure. It makes, then you're like constantly going, I'm not making $1 million. Totally. What am I doing wrong? Like, it's just too much. Yeah. So I think what I can learn from that is just don't be so hard on yourself. Yeah. Be willing to accept where you're at right now. Yeah. Like, I'm not a millionaire. Yeah. I'm not a fitness model. Yeah. Like, but it doesn't mean that I can't get to it.
Yeah. And, like, I feel like that's very relatable because, like, I'm a pretty extreme person, too. So, especially when I started in fitness, like, fitness can be an area where, like, all your extremities, is that a word? Extremities,
like your fingers and your toes. your extremities.
They just like come out, and like that's why I struggled with like binge eating in the past, and like, you know, body image issues. Like that's so common for,
you know what,
so many people.
Yeah, because you know how when we were really extreme about our quote unquote diet.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can only eat like 4 ounces of chicken. But you'd be so into it that you miss the big picture.
I know,
like,
right?
Why are we eating like this?
Like, honestly, now I eat like whatever the hell I want, and Clara knows this. Like,
and I eat whatever the hell I want too.
And I'm actually like the healthiest, like most balanced I've ever felt.
Me too.
Yeah.
I feel the most mentally.
And I'm not obese, so like it's all good.
But it's like, it's not like we're eating like everything in sight.
Because we're not stress eating, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Like when you're dieting too hard and you're like,
I just need everything. Like, I feel like when you tell yourself you can't have something, you just want it more.
Exactly.
So now it's like I'm allowed to have anything I want.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm going to go eat a donut, sure.
Yeah, whatever. And it's not like I'm going to eat like 10
like
million donuts. Yeah, like I'm going to eat
10
one. But yeah. Good lessons.
This is a really productive. Do you believe in sending positive juju / vibes into the universe? And
totally.
But if not, like, okay, never mind. Do you believe?
Well, I think yes, definitely.
Do you believe in life after
Yes.
love? I don't know why.
Cut it. I feel like it's like it's really a mental thing. Like if you believe in something in your mind, it's gonna become your reality. You know, like it's gonna like it's gonna, because then you're.
I believe
you're
no, carrying me away with white horse tomorrow.
Okay, well, like, you know, be a person. I feel like be realistic, but you're allowed to have big dreams in life, you know, like you're allowed to dream big.
But how you get there needs to be realistic.
Yeah, like you need to really plan it out in your mind and kind of like
I'm gonna get a yacht tomorrow.
Yeah, not like tomorrow, maybe in a few years, but like not tomorrow. So yeah, like your actions are preceded by your thoughts. So like first you have to be thinking.
That was really intense.
Yeah, yo, quote that, bitches.
Your actions.
Your actions are preceded by your thoughts.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, because we're hardcore bitches. I'm like that homebody. Like, whatever, man. Hardcore bitches. And you're all like dictionary. Like,
yeah, like that's so, I don't know. I think that's how it works.
Yeah, I think that's how it works too.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we didn't see eye to eye on this, we would not be.
Yeah,
I'd be like, positive. What?
Because it's like, I feel like if you don't believe that, you're just like being a negative person.
Yeah, but I think a lot of it, not necessarily sending it to the universe, but because you're in that mindset, your subconscious starts to alter yourself. And it sounds like weird mumbo jumbo, but I believe a lot in your subconscious.
Yeah, totally.
And like it pretty much triggers everything else in your body. You know, and I believe that like the chemicals in your body, like you see how someone who's super stressed, they're like sick. Yeah. They're tired.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. But if you kind of like alter it and you're like, I'm positive, I feel great.
Yeah.
You might not be feeling super great that day, but you're like, you know what? I'm hopeful.
Yeah. I can totally.
Whatever. Like there's something to live. I guess if you have something to live for, then your body and mind and soul will naturally be like, oh, okay.
Totally.
We're in motion now, you know?
And I feel like that happens to me a lot, or like I make that happen because some weeks I'm so tired, you know, because I overschedule and like I just want to do everything.
I cry a lot.
but then
ask Jason. I feel like crying in his shoulders and he's like, what the fuck?
I'll just be stressed.
And I'm like, I'm so stressed and tired. I hate life. Yeah.
I feel like I spaz.
He's like, are you having your period? I'm like, maybe. I don't know. Like,
when I have my period, I cry at everything. Like when I showed you that video of that dude singing, like the Never Give Up. I said that in a previous episode.
I watched it and I was just like,
I cried.
I was like, okay.
I'm not going to tell that again, but oh my God. Like another point I wanted to say was, because if you're someone who always thinks like, oh, I'm fat, I'm poor? Like, do you really think you're gonna become fit? Like, if you keep telling yourself, I'm fat. Yeah. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, how are you gonna become fit?
Because in your body, your subconscious starts to believe, oh, I am fat.
Yeah.
You know, like,
so it's like, you're screwed.
I am gonna be Peter Griffin when I grow up. Like,
so, like, even with money, like, if you think I'm poor, you're never gonna be rich. Like, that's just not gonna happen.
That actually is like,
yeah.
Like,
so we are rich bitches.
We're rich. We're fit.
We're
man on a horse.
We're happy.
Whatever. Man, I don't know why. I don't even like horses.
Oh my god.
This took a turn. Is there an
Is there an example of a time that you've done that and it came to fruition?
I just couldn't say.
Well, not for the sexy man or the horse thing. Like, I know, don't.
That's why I was just like, where's my man and a horse? Okay. Woo. Okay. Woosa.
Do you have one?
I can't really think of an example where I'd be like mantraing myself to getting it. I
feel like
this is like a tough.
I feel like for me also, it's like I might have a certain thing in my mind, like an image or like a goal, but sometimes it doesn't work out exactly like that, but it still
like,
good.
Hits similar to that.
Like it's still
target.
Good. For example, like when I moved back from Hong Kong, I was like, I need to find a job because I can't be like broke forever. Yeah. So I was able to find a job relatively quickly, like within a month, because I just told myself, like I'm going to get a job. Like no matter what it is, I'm going to get a job. It's going to be a well-paying job. It's going to be something I enjoy doing. And then I got a job. It might not have been like my dream job.
Okay. Well, actually in this scenario, I was just kind of like, okay, my goal, like I'm channeling and I'm just like, I want what I want.
Yeah.
Like this is what I'm good at. I want to be able to utilize it. And like, it kind of came true for me. Like I can't say for sure, like there's so much unknown of the future. Yeah. But so far so good.
Yeah, it worked out.
So I guess, sending positive juju to the universe.
Coolio.
Let me channel.
Sure. I don't know what that's about.
Sure. Such a negative sound. Like,
it's a positive sound. No. You know what I was listening to in the car yesterday? Like Miley Cyrus, like The Climb. There's always gonna be another mountain. There's always gonna be.
I've never listened to that.
Oh my god!
Full disclosure.
You need to. It's actually like the most like inspirational, motivating song. If you hate it, like just go away.
Yeah, whatever, man. Miley's dope.
I love Miley Cyrus. Just saying. Anyway.
I like. Never mind.
Wait, what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say I like Liam Hemsworth.
Okay, that's fair. He's hot.
I guess. I just wanted to relate.
Yeah.
What if someone used to spin something negative into a positive?
I always remember that whatever's happening to me right now is not forever. Like, it's not permanent. So I might hate it today, but it's going to end. Or, like, I'm going to make something different to make it different. Yeah. So I think that's kind of how I think about it.
Yeah. Because, like, that's, for me, a big negative for me. I think about, like, oh, my God, I'm in debt. Like, my car broke down not that long ago.
That was hectic.
That's debt, school debt, actual car payments, and blah, blah, blah. And it's a very negative thing.
Totally.
I'm very impacted. Yeah. But I just kind of like tell myself like, well, it's not going to be forever. Like, as long as I keep paying it off, I'm not going to be in debt forever. Yeah. You know, I will eventually make more. Like, I will be and then that's kind of how I spin it back into. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, well, I just need to work harder. Yeah. You know, and
it's all good.
That's for me like kind of how I spin something. Yeah. Negative into a positive.
Yeah, totally. Like, it's not the end of the world. That's what I tell myself. And like, I'm living in a first world country. Like, what do I have to complain about? I ain't on the streets.
I have like political rights.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to drive a car.
Yeah, what up?
I can vote. Yeah. So there's some mantras that me and Jacqueline actually always use.
Yes. Other than we're hardcore
and
bitches.
I'm not even kidding. It actually
Yes.
works.
Yes.
You know what? Question number 11 was, is there an example of a time you've done that and it came to fruition?
Yeah.
Was actually using these mantras.
Yes, exactly.
So
Go through them.
I can't afford it, we say.
Mom. Mom. No. Money flows to us easily and freely. Or freely and easily.
Doesn't
Those
matter.
are interchangeable.
Either way.
So we just say that whenever we feel like we're too broke for something, we're like, money flows to us really
like,
easily.
no, seriously.
Yeah.
I was making like even less. And then because we kept seeing that, and I think it kind of like led me to another job.
Yeah,
or led me to something.
Yeah.
Or like I got a check from the government for like tax return or whatever.
Awesome.
You know? So when people say, I guess, I don't have time, we say,
I have an abundance of time to do the things I love.
And that is, again, something that actually came true for me. After I kept saying that, I was like, wait, I do have time. I don't have to come home and watch Netflix. Like, we can do a podcast. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, it's an hour, 2 hours of our life. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
It's not.
Whereas it used to be, I would come home, clam shut, like, oh my God, I can't do this. Like, I don't have time. You do have time.
You do. Everyone has time.
This mantra works.
Yeah.
So when people say, this is too difficult / complicated, we say,
this is a great experience that I can refer to in the future. Very good.
I totally believe it.
Yeah. I feel like I believe that one the most strongly.
Right? Because you're like, oh my God, like, this sucks. Like, this is so hard. But then you're like, wait, but I can apply this. Too.
Totally.
And another thing that people would say, I hear a lot.
Yes.
I hate my life.
So we say, it's only going to get better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You hate your life now, but why does it have to be you hate it tomorrow? You hate it the day after?
Change something.
Yeah. And we usually kind of tail off to something a little less serious. We want to lighten up the mood, of course. So I thought about stupid mantras for unimportant things. So I don't actually have a what we say, but I feel like between me and you, we can probably think of something.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we can.
So when other people say, I'm too full, we say,
you can always eat more, bitch. I don't know. A cow has 4 stomachs. I can too. Don't tell me what I can't be.
I guess mine would be like, there's always room for dessert.
I like talking about cows and stuff. What's that song? It's like, I'm a cow or something. Haven't you heard that song?
I think she made that up.
No, I did not.
What
oh
is
my
this,
God.
like Sesame Street?
No,
like,
it's like, oh my God, I need to look it up right now.
Oh my God.
It's like a rap song.
I don't. Oh, you mean what I quoted?
Yeah,
my quote that I did, it was 2 Chainz. It was a 2 Chainz song.
No, it's bitch, I'm a cow. Here, listen.
Oh, okay, never mind. But I did have a quote that was about a cow.
I don't know where it is. It's like in the chorus. Oh no! Hang on.
If there's anybody watching this YouTube, I think you can see that my face is extremely unamused right now.
Yes! It's a song. That's it. That's all.
Can we turn this off? Like, I quit.
So if someone tells me I'm too full, I'll be like, bitch, I'm a cow. Oh my God.
I'm leaving. Okay. So when other people say, I can't close my wallet, I have too much cash.
Buy a new one. If you have so much cash, you have enough cash to buy a new one.
I was gonna say, well then I'll just buy shit so I don't have that much cash.
I'll just buy a Chanel bag. That's like my go-to.
So when people say, Hawaii again? We say,
I'm a loss for words.
Yes, Hawaii again.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Hawaii again.
Well,
you got a problem.
What would be a mantra that I guess could...
You want to go to Canada? Like, just like sarcastic ones.
Do you want to go to Canada?
Do you want to go to Canada or what?
Do you want to go to like a third world country then?
I think I would just like have snarky responses.
Do you want to go to Canada then? And that's like their mantra.
Yeah.
Oh, Hawaii again. Do you want to go to Canada? Do you want to go?
Do you? Just like a reminder. Do you?
Do you want to go to Newfoundland? Like,
do you?
Or
Nova Scotia
or PEI? Like Saskatchewan? Like, I don't know. And the final thing, when people say, ugh, I need a charging station for my Tesla, we say,
how about you give me your Tesla? I will gladly take it off your hands. Just that.
That's so not a mantra. Every time someone's like, oh, I need a charging station for my Tesla, you're like, give me your Tesla. Give me your Tesla.
Give me like, if I had Tesla, I would treat it well and kind. You ungrateful bitch. Oh my God.
That's the best mantra. You ungrateful bitch. Ugh, I need a charging station for my Tesla. You ungrateful bitch. You ungrateful bitch. You ungrateful bitch. It's like a reverse mantra.
Yeah, it's like not really that positive. But, you know.
Listeners.
Glow babes.
Listeners. Do you have any tips and tricks for us? Did we miss anything? Is there any kind of coping mechanism or like how you make big time decisions?
Yeah.
Like, we want to know because we're always trying to make big decisions. And honestly, it would help.
Yeah, totally. We're the big guys.
We would have...
What? I don't know. We're the big bosses. I don't know what I was trying to say. Never mind. Okay, cut.
She's my auntie. Thank you for listening. We really appreciate it.
Yes,
this
we love you.
This has been a really fun, epic episode.
Yes.
And goodbye.
Goodbye. See you in the next one. Bye.
We're the big guys. Say bye to the big guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you are a glow babe who enjoyed our podcast, it would mean so much to us if you leave us a review on iTunes.
And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. Our account is Glow Radio Co. Stay sassy, babe. We talk so long.
We talked so long. This episode is gonna end soon.
It's gonna be forever.
I would say 15 minutes left.
What was I saying?
I hope you're gonna edit that out.
I don't know.
No, she probably wouldn't.
Probably
Knowing her,
wouldn't.
she would just leave it in there. I'm not ashamed.